will create our clay projects by creating a pinch pot. So you make a pinch pot by rolling it into a ball, sticking up your thumb, making a hole in the clay with your thumb, and then using the rest of your fingers to pinch to make the hole wider. So you will get a messy mat. It's just a standard piece of paper. You will get a needle, popsicle stick, some water, and a toothbrush. Clay needs to stay on top of your messy mat, and we will use the popsicle stick for smoothing things out. The popsicle stick can also be used like a butter knife, so it can be used to cut the clay. The plastic needle is used for details. And at the end of the project, we will write our name and class code on the bottom of the clay. Now, last but not least, the water and the toothbrush. Those tools are used for attaching different pieces of clay. So if you want to attach a piece of clay to another piece of clay, all you do is you scrub what you want to glue, you scrub where it goes, and then you stick it. Then you can use your finger and also a popsicle stick to smooth it and make sure it's fully secured. The water and the toothbrush are not meant for smoothing out your clay. This is brand new clay. You don't need to do that. The toothbrush and the water is only for attaching. If you need to smooth out your clay, just use your finger, and you can also use your popsicle stick. If there's ever any clay pieces that come on the table, you want to do what's called sweeping. So I'm showing you the edge of my table, and let's say I have some clay. I'm going to sweep it like this, put my hand underneath the table and catch the clay. Then I put it in the water. So do not let clay pieces touch the ground. You have to sweep your table with your hands. And then after we sweep the table, that's when we can use a wet paper towel to wipe the table. So here are the paper towels. If you wet it, then you can wipe down the table. But first you have to sweep. Okay, boys and girls, so I'm gonna show you a couple different ways of doing this. Okay, so the first way is to create just a regular animal. So I'm breaking this up. So this will be the head, this will be for details, this will be the body. Maybe I'll grab a little more for the details. So you first start by making a pinch pot. Roll it into a circle, like this. The more you touch it, the drier it gets. If it's like wrinkly like this, you can do this. You can hit it with your palm, and that takes away the wrinkles. Then you take your thumb, you make a hole, just like that. Then you put your thumb inside, and you use your fingers to pinch. Now, when you are pinching, think about how it's going to stand. So now, I keep it enclosed, but now I'm flattening it on my paper. Maybe I might want to start to smooth it out a little bit with my fingers. And I put any extra clay pieces in the water. Now I'm ready for the head. So this is a small pinch pot. Thumb, hole, pinch. And clay is really nice for molding. So here, this is my animal that will be sitting down. So it's up to me if I want to add a feather, like this one right here, a feather in the back. Could have my feather, my head, and then I can pinch it to create my beak. Lots of different ways of doing this. And when I'm ready to glue it on, that's when I use my water and my toothbrush. So repeat after me, boys and girls. Scrub what you want to glue and scrub where it goes. So scrub, and scrub. Then stick. Then I use this popsicle stick. I can use this to smooth it out. I can also use my finger to smooth it out after it has been attached. Then I like to use my fingers now to really smooth it out. Then I would attach the tail, scrub what you want to glue, scrub where it goes, stick it. Don't be afraid to lift up your clay projects to really stick it. Last but not least, when you are finished attaching everything, then you can use your needle tool to add in details. You can poke in eyes, you can show the texture of your animal, whatever you want to do, you can do that with your needle tool. And there you go, there is my bird. If, for instance, I wanted to do a fox, like this, I can just turn the beak into a little snout. I can always take some clay and roll a little nose if I wanted to. And if it's tiny like this, you only have to scrub where it's going, and then you stick it. So if it's tiny, you only have to scrub where it's going, but you really got to make sure you stick it. And make sure your eyes go all the way through. Now, you can add in your tail. So for coils, you just roll it like it's a little snake. So I'm gonna come on back. So you roll it like it's a little snake. You can roll it here. I just put it where I'm gonna position it. I also make some coils for the feet. That's one, and that's two. I just wanna make sure they're even. Okay, and then now I'm gonna flatten out the ears. And you can cut the shape out with your popsicle stick. And then mold it with your fingers. So those are the ears, these are the feet. Now I'm gonna start to glue things on. So I'm gonna scrub what I wanna glue, scrub where it goes, and stick it. Also gonna scrub what I wanna glue with the tail, scrub where it goes. I might wanna make this a little bit taller and stick it. All right, so now that is my body. And then now I'm ready to add in my ears. For ears, scrub the place you want to stick it, and then just stick it on. So I'm gonna zoom in so you can see it. To see, it's like I make a little tab and then I stick it. And I also use this to push some of the head into the ear to kind of support it. So you got to be careful with really thin pieces of clay because it can break off. So if I see really thin pieces of clay, I might do a couple tips and tricks to make sure that they stay together. One tip is to add a little coil to the ear like this, then just smooth it. If you do this though, you gotta make sure the coil is wet in order for it to work. Okay, so that is my general face. Make sure you go around, look at it, and look at it from the back, from the front. Make sure you like it. If you don't, if you know it's a bump, you can always cut it off like I just did. And then before you finish, you add in your details. Just like that. If you want to make a snake, that is probably the easiest animal to make because you just make a coil. So a coil is basically like a clay snake. You can roll it on your mat like this, and then your snake, and smooth it out with your fingers, can either be in a certain direction like this. Your snake could be coiled up like this, and then it can just come up. You can make your snake however you want. So this is my little snake right here. Then you just add in your eye, one on each side, and then a little mouth. Just like that. You can even pinch it to make it look a little scarier. So again, you can do it in this direction with the face being here, or this direction, coiled up. Now, another way you can create an animal is you can show the animal standing up. So you make a pinch pot, like that. Make a pinch pot for the head, like that. Make sure it's hollow inside. Don't stick it together, you're just figuring out how it's gonna go. You can pinch it to create your little face. You can flatten it. You can cut it. You can think about your tail. And then create 4 feet. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Circles for the feet. Okay, and then now we're ready to glue. Scrub what you want to glue. Scrub where it goes. Then stick it. So smooth it out with your fingers or your popsicle stick. Now you do the tail and the feet. So here you go. Here is my dog. And then you just start to add in the details now. So if you can't see the head, you can always scrape some of the clay away with your popsicle stick. Reshape it. That. Then you can add in the ears. So I'm flattening it out. Then again, don't forget, you gotta scrub what you want to glue and scrub where it goes after you figure out where it's gonna go. And if it's super tiny, you can just at least scrub where you're sticking it. Then you can start to draw the details with your needle tool. And you do have to make sure that you poke holes for the eyes. So your job is just to mold things out until you like it. Then you add in the details with your needle tool, and then you write your class code.